Right, today we are going to be learning some multiplication strategies. Now you might be thinking you know how to do some multiplication, but I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks today to do some very difficult ones. So here's a little recap. What are the factor pairs for these numbers? So if you did yesterday's lesson, what are the factor pairs for these numbers? Now you might want to stop the video, slide, and have a little guess. Boom, there you go, 12. Remember, we had always one times something, 12, two lots of 6, three lots of 4. 36, quite a lot here. So remember, we're doing the towers, working down consecutively. So 1, 36, 2 18s, 3 12s, 4 9s, and 6 6s. And 72. Wowza. Look at all them. Did you get all of them? That's quite a lot. Well done if you did. Give yourself a pat on the back. Now, get ready to have your mind blown. You might want to get the PPE on. It's going to get messy. So these are some of the multiplications we're going to be doing today. Yeah, you're probably thinking that's more like year 6 stuff, but that's what we're going to be doing today. And you don't even need calculators. We're going to teach some tricks and tips to solve these ones. This, by the way, is going to be you. Yeah, get ready for that. So today we're going to be learning 3 strategies to help us. So factor pairs. Did that yesterday's lesson, so hopefully you're really good at that now. And we're going to be doing some partitioning. We did that in the lesson on Tuesday. And near numbers, you've done before with other things, but we're just going to recap some of that. So 3 strategies that you know a lot about already, and we're just going to tie them down to help you with multiplication. So factor pairs to help you multiply. You might be faced with 6 times 12 or 12 lots of 6. You might be thinking, don't know what you're on about, Mr. Dooley. But if you think about that big number, 12, and think about the factor pairs that go in it. Now, we just looked at that at the start of the lesson. 12 is made of 1 and 12, and 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. So if you then look at it like this, 6 times 12, because we know that makes 12. So you can then do some of these and work these out a lot more easily. So what is 6 lots of 6? And that might help. Most of you should know that 6 lots of 6 makes 36, and then you can just double that there. Or you could try it if you know that 12 is made of 3 lots of 4, 4 lots of 3. You could then do 6 times 4, which you probably all know very well is 24. And then you could just multiply that by 3, and it's quite a bit easy. You can probably do some of these in your head. This one, multiplied by 2, is definitely something you could do in your head. Why don't you try that one yourself and see how you get on? You might want to pause the video. I'm going to crack on. Here we go. Yep, we know 6 is made up of 6 times. You could do 6 times 6 times 4. Or you could do, that's not right, Mr. Dooley. I've done it again, haven't I? Oh, Mr. Dooley. That's obviously supposed to change that one. Sorry. You get the idea. And partitioning. This is what we did with the 11 times table. Remember? So we partitioned it into its 10s and its 1s. And then we just multiplied them together. So here we've got an array here, and just partitioned it. So then we've just done 6 lots of 10 and 6 lots of 1. Add them together. What have you got? That's 66, obviously. I thought I was going to have some slide where I had these come up. I obviously didn't do that, did I? And what happened to that? I'm sure I had that. Anyway, here's another example. We've got 21 times 3. And you've just partitioned it into 20 and 1. And then we can just multiply 20 by 3 is 60, because we know that 2 lots of 3 are 6. So 20 lots of 3 are going to be 60. And 1 lot of 3 is 3. So add them together, and what do you get? 63. Why don't you practice with some of these? And if you got it, that you partitioned 21 into 20 and 1, and then you multiplied 20 by 6 and 1 by 6. And that's done that thing again where it hides it behind. There we go. I've got to keep my mouse still. 21 times 6 is therefore 126. So we know that 20 times 6 is 120. Because remember, just think about it like 2 lots of 6. 2 lots of 6 is 12. It's 10 times bigger. And then 1 lot of 6 is that. So let's try this one. This isn't, I don't know why this is orange. This is obviously it's the same as that, isn't it, really? 20 lots of partition 22. 20 lots of 4, that's 80. And 2 lots of 4, that's 8. And then you see it in a second. 22 times 4 is 88. And then finally, the red one, again, we just partition it into its 10s, partition it into its 1s, multiply the 10s by 4, and then multiply the 4 by 4. And you remember that 3 lots of 4 is 12, so 30 lots of 4 is 120. And then 4 lots of 4, you know, is a square number, so it's 16. And there you go, then you just add them together at the end, and that is your answer. So I bet you never thought you'd be doing 34 times 4 when you woke up this morning. And there you go. And then the last one, last little strategy. So we've got, we had the factor pairs, and we had the partitioning. And now the last one is near numbers, which I think is quite tricky, but sometimes it helps quite well. But I'm going to show you anyway. So let's imagine we've got 19 times 6. You're thinking, oh, I could partition that into 10 and 9, or I could work out my factor pairs of some of it, although the problem is you're like, oh, no, it's a prime number, I can't do that. But what you can do is you could think 19 is very close to 20, very close to 20. So if I just did 20 by 6, so we know, if you know that 2 lots of 6 are 112, then 20 is going to be 120, and then we just take away 1 lot of 6. So here we've got it here, they've done the picture. You've got 20, believe it or not, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 20 lots of 6, and then just take away, well, there you go, 20 lots of 6. I have got a picture this time with the red numbers in. And then take away 1 lot of 6. So the answer is 114. So that would be dead hard otherwise. But if you just know it's nearly 20, you could do that. Let's practice with some of them. I'll stop the video. I'm going to move on. And so we've got 21 times 4. You're thinking, well, that's actually quite close to 20. So 20 lots of 4, 2 lots of 4 are 8. So 20 lots of 4 are 80. And then you just add on 1 more 4. And then there you got 84. Doddle. 19 lots of 8. That's very close to 20 again, isn't it? And so you could do 20 lots of 8. And then, boom, take away. Then after that, once you've worked out what 20 lots of 8 are, you just take away 1 lot of 8. And then you've got 152. And then finally, this one is very close to 30. And so you probably realise that you could just do 30 times 7, 30 lots of 7, which is 210. And then take away 1 lot of 7, which is 203. Wowzer. So recap, what are the 3 strategies? Hopefully you've said factor pairs, where you look at some of the factors that you know that make up the big number. Partitioning, where you split it into its 10s and 1s, and near numbers, where you sort of round it up to one of its cuddly numbers and then multiply that and then take away what you added on or took away. So there's a little practice for the main event. What you're going to do is you're going to choose a multiplication, choose a calculation, and then you're going to work it out using 2 strategies. So let's imagine we've got some of these here, and you might pick 18 times 4, and you might think, oh, you know what, I can do that with factor pairs, because I know that 2 lots of 9 make 18. So if I did 2 times 9 times 4, that would make, those 2 together, 9 and 4, and we know those 2 make 18. Those 2, you can't see me using my fingers, but that's 36, and you could double that. And then here you've got this method, partitioning. It's always a good one. Partition to its 10s and its 1s, then you work them out. And then this one is near number, because 18 is quite near to 20. It's 2 lots of 4 away from there. So if you just do 20 times 4 and then take away 2 lots of 4, you get the answer. So let's get on to the main event. You can, I've got some other examples here. So choose 2 strategies. So you might choose green level, and I want you to work them out twice. That's the key here. So I want you to choose 2 of the strategies. So you might choose factor pairs or near numbers. Near numbers is quite far away from 20 there, in it, but it's not, you might be able to work it out. Or partitioning and factor pairs, that sort of thing. So I want you to pick some calculations and work it out twice using these strategies. I'm just going to quickly read out some of those extra challenges at the bottom there. So there are 12 cans in each pack. Bay, he's been buying 6 packs of cans. How many cans does he have? Can't read that bit. I don't know how to get rid of that. There you go. So Bay buys that. How many cans does he have? A coach seats 35 people. There are 6 full coaches. How many people are there? So there's 35 coaches, 6 coaches with 35 people on. How many are there? This next one here, Tyler and his 3 friends earn £45 each. How much money did they get all together? So they're out doing some work. They get Tyler and his 3 friends. So how many people is that? Bit of a trick. And they earn £45 each. How much do they get all together? And finally, AstraZeneca can make 23 million vaccine doses a month. How many can they make in half a year? That is a mind-blowing question. Good luck with that. Post your work onto Class Dojo and we will give you lots and lots of dojo points. See you later.